Morning, everyone. Leonard Scott. It's Tuesday morning, very early, about 3 o'clock in the morning. This is take 2 actually for a video that I did yesterday morning about this time. I accidentally deleted it. Sorry. So I have to remember what I was telling you because it was important, again on Antifa. So it was about who makes up Antifa and the November 4th movement and what their plan is. So, of course, BLM is part of it, Black Lives Matter, Black Nationalists, which I've told you about already. And then there's some other groups, DSA, Democratic Socialism, something. So what do they want? What are they hoping for? Well, they call for filling the city town squares and fill the streets. And when they start this, it's not what they've been doing in the past. In the past, they've gone out to demonstrate against conservative speakers, trying to shut down our First Amendment right for speaking the truth. So this time they're going to be, when they come out, they're going to stay out. What they're hoping is that liberals will fall into the ranks and join their demonstration effort, and they do not plan on going home. They plan on staying there, and they plan on what they're hoping for is that when they start in the tens or the hundreds, that they grow from hundreds to thousands, thousands to tens of thousands, and so on, all occupying the street. So who's their target? Initially, they've come out, they've said this repeatedly over and over again in materials that I personally have seen. They will be going after police. They will be going after firefighters, fire departments. They will be going after first responders, medical. Hospitals are also on the target list. Additionally, they've got each group or chapter has a hit list, if you will, and people from whoever's pissed them off or has offended them is on this hit list or kill list. So for conservatives, for Republicans, for constitutionalists, for people like me and you, if you think you've ever done anything that might have offended a BLM member or an Antifa member, watch your six. And it doesn't matter if you're in the city or not, if you're in the country, it makes no difference. They intend and they plan, this is what they have said over and over again, they will come after you. So who's target number 2 after police? It's you and I. They have said that they will be going after Trump supporters. And even if you look like you might be a Trump supporter, if you have the Make America Great Again hat on, you need to watch your six. Basically, if you're not part of them, watch your six. I recommend strongly that you have to start acting almost like they do. Be in a group, have friends around, don't go any place by yourself, especially in the big cities that are liberal based. San Francisco, Chicago, the cities in Ohio, New York, the list, Los Angeles, the list goes on and on. So for the cities, the metropolitan areas that are going to be the primary targets, because let's face it, that's where Antifa is. Seattle, another one. If it's Democratic run and controlled, then you have a greater chance to having problems. Now, if you live in the suburbs or the countryside, the subs of those larger metropolitan areas that are liberal, you need to watch your six, because they have said they will come out to find you. If you're not armed yet, I recommend you be so. use your Second Amendment right. You have the right to protect yourself, your family, and your neighbors, and anybody else. If you know that somebody is in harm's way, or not harm's way, but is under attack, then you have a right to defend them. And it's up to you. You have to make the choice. Nobody can make it for you. You'll know if it's right thing or wrong thing to do. Obviously, only go into that defense posture if you're in the right. So now let's talk about money real quick. We have several corporations in this country that have liberal ownership, and unfortunately, people like Kellogg has donated, if I remember right, it's about $2 million to $3 million to the ANTIFA organization, and this money will get filtered out into the chapters. It's really meant, I think, to support this big movement that we all need to watch out for. Another one, Ford, the Ford Foundation. I hate that idea because I love my truck, but the Ford Foundation donated over $2 million to these idiots, to these thugs, to these punks. Hillary Clinton, of course, about $700 some odd $1,000 went to them. This is all off of their 2016 tax return, or 2015, I think it was 16, yeah, 16 tax return. George Soros, our good old buddy, and somebody who really ought to be either behind bars or dead. He donated 1 million, about 1.5, 1.75 last year. Now, keep in mind, George Soros just deposited or moved from his funds $15 billion or $18 billion into the open societies. Open societies is the operation here in the States that it's to support just what it says, open societies. He hates borders. He wants open borders. Well, it doesn't take 18 or 15 billion dollars to do that, and to put all that money into open societies only says one thing to me, and that's that he plans on supporting this movement that's going to be started on November 4th. So, what do we do? Well, that's going to be the big question. What are our police in those cities going to do? The main thing that you have to know, if your police are having trouble, having a hard time controlling this group or these crowds, the mob, and you want to go in and help, or you have a group that wants to go in and help, make sure that you go to your police first. Let them know that you're there to help. Do not try to intervene without them knowing, because you could very well be shot by the police, dead, because they won't know who you are. Main thing, again, coordinate with your police. I think I've said this before. So that's going to be it for tonight. I'll have more information for you tomorrow. Now, the website, we have just about finished loading up the new page on Antifa, which is going to contain some more info. Some of it you've seen before, or you might have seen before, some of it you haven't. All the things that have come to me by infiltration, that's all getting loaded up. So I've got a lot of it up on the site now, and we're going to release it to you tomorrow. Not tomorrow, but today. There will be another video on there today where I talk about a specific person within the Democratic Party who is key key player in relationship to coordinating efforts with Antifa. So yes, the Democratic Party is absolutely involved with Antifa and Black Lives Matter, and this is part of their show. And it's important for you to know who this person is and who this organization is that he represents. And we need to do everything we can to do to get that organization shut down. So you'll see that. That'll be a special video that's going to be on the new page on the website, https://anti-antifa.us. Okay, till next time, good night everybody.